practice solution for decoding a single digit of hex. So the goal is to write a method that takes in a single hex digit and returns the base 10 version of it. Remember that A is equal to 10, B is equal to 11, and so on all the way up to 15. If a given number isn't a part of the hex range, return a negative 1. And you should call from the main to convince yourself it works. So, I'm going to right click on here and do new class, decode single digit hex. And as always, I'm going to do public static void main string args. Okay, so I'm going to do public static, and it wants to return the base 10 version. So I'm going to return an integer, and it wants to take in a single digit of hex, which I'm going to say is a character, and I'm going to name it decode hex char digit, and I have the error that's saying it's missing a return statement, but that'll be fixed throughout the course of my switch. So I'm going to go ahead and do int answer equals -1. Return answer. So this will be what answer is if it doesn't hit anything in my switch. So I'm going to switch on digit. Okay, so first I want to check A through F, so case A. Great. And I'm going to go ahead and set up all these, so A, B, C, D, E, F, and then 1 through 9. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So B, C, D, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, don't need 10 because that's A. Okay, so now I want to say that answer is equal to 10. Answer is 11, 12, 13, 14. See, oh, I missed E. That's silly of me. C, D, E is 14, and now F is 15. Okay, so for 1 through 9, I had to check with the character version, because if I just checked with the int version, it would be comparing the ASCII value of that character, and that's not what I want. I want the actual character that it's checking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I checked for the answer being, so answer was -1 to begin with, and then I have all of these cases to set it equal to what its actual corresponding hex digit is, and it returns answer. And that's it. So I'm going to call it from the main now to convince myself that it works. So system.out.println, and I'm going to call it with A, decode hex, A, and I'm going to call it with and something that's illegal. Z. So run, decode single digit hex. Okay, so A became a 10, 3 stayed a 3, and Z was -1. Now, there is a simpler way for me to call this that doesn't involve a switch case, and I'll show you now. Public static int decode hex char digit. Change the name of that so I don't get an error. Alt, switch. Okay. So for this one, I want to say if digit is greater than or equal to an A, and digit is less than or equal to an F, I want to return digit minus A. And what that does is it takes the ASCII value for digit and it subtracts A plus 10. Then it adds 10. So if digit is an A, it'll subtract the value of A, which will give me 0, plus 10 will give me 10. If it's a B, it'll be B minus A, which is 1, plus 10, which is 11, and so forth, through F, which would give me 15. Else if digit is greater than or equal to 1, and digit is less than or equal to 9, return digit minus 1 plus 1. Okay, does that make sense? So if it's 1, it'll subtract 1, the value of 1, plus 1 will be 1. If it's 8, it'll subtract the value of 1, which will give me 7, plus 1 will give me 8 again. Else, so this else is if it doesn't hit any of the previous two sets, which cover the entire range of a hex digit, I want to return -1. So now, let's screw this over. I want to copy all of these, but take out the switch. So Alt for multiple cursors. Ooh, -1. So I forgot to put the character symbols around these. So my middle one didn't catch properly. So I'll redo that with the character symbols around them. And now it does what I expect. These two match because now this middle line on 17 actually gets caught correctly. So now move this back over. And that's it. I hope that was helpful.